Welcome to the channel that helps you live with more purpose, wisdom, and vitality, especially in your golden years. Today we're diving into something deeply inspiring, the life lessons of people who've lived a full century. What do 100-year-olds know that the rest of us often miss? What truths have stood the test of time, challenges, and change? In a world moving at lightning speed, the voices of those who have lived through world wars, technological revolutions, and societal shifts hold powerful wisdom we can all benefit from, especially after 60. So, settle in, grab a cup of tea, and let's explore the priceless lessons from those who've seen it all. Let's start with the first truth. Worry less. It almost never changes the outcome. Nearly every centenarian interviewed across studies agrees that most of the things they once worried about either didn't happen or weren't worth the stress. After decades of living, they've learned that life unfolds in its own unpredictable way, and much of what we fear never comes to pass. When you're over 60, this lesson becomes even more relevant. Letting go of chronic worry opens up room for peace and appreciation of the present moment. Life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. It just needs to be lived without the constant cloud of what if. The second lesson is this: stay curious. One common trait among many 100-year-olds is their interest in the world. Whether it's reading the newspaper, learning about new cultures, or picking up a hobby late in life, they keep their minds engaged. After retirement, it's tempting to slow down mentally. But the mind is like a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. One centenarian even learned to use a tablet in her 90s just to connect with her grandchildren across the country. Curiosity doesn't just keep you young, it keeps you alive in the truest sense. Lesson number 3, relationships matter more than achievements. Over and over again, the longest living individuals emphasize that it's the people in their lives, not the degrees, the titles, or the money, that brought them the most joy. If you're over 60, you've probably experienced your fair share of loss and transition. But there's still so much richness to be found in nurturing old friendships, building new ones, and deepening the bonds you already have. Take time to reconnect, forgive, and express love often. Those are the moments you'll remember most. Another powerful truth: move every day, even if it's just a little. No, you don't have to run marathons, but many centenarians share the habit of staying physically active through light walking, gardening, or even dancing in the living room. Staying mobile is key to independence, balance, and mental health. Movement releases endorphins, keeps joints limber, and improves circulation. If you can, make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Even a 10-minute walk counts. Here's lesson number 5. Let go of grudges. They only hurt you. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Many long-lived individuals say that forgiveness wasn't always easy, but it was necessary for peace of mind. After 60, you start to realize that emotional baggage only weighs you down. Free yourself from old hurts, not for the other person's sake, but for your own inner peace. The sixth truth from centenarians: eat simply and moderately. Many of them didn't follow trendy diets or count calories. They simply ate at home-cooked meals, kept portions moderate, and stopped when they felt full. They prioritized real whole foods over processed ones and often had specific routines around meals. One woman who lived to 107 swore by her daily bowl of oatmeal and apple slices. It wasn't fancy, it was consistent and nourishing. If you want to feel your best after 60, simplicity in diet can be a surprisingly powerful medicine. Lesson number 7, keep a sense of humor. A surprising number of 100-year-olds credit laughter and not taking life too seriously as a reason for their long, joyful lives. Humor lightens heavy moments and creates connections between people. Whether it's sharing jokes with friends, watching a funny movie, or finding the absurdity in daily life, Never underestimate the healing power of a good laugh. The eighth key insight: purpose keeps you going. Retirement may mark the end of a career, but it should never mark the end of purpose. The oldest individuals often had a reason to get up each morning, whether it was volunteering, mentoring others, or taking care of a pet. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be meaningful to you. After 60, finding a new sense of mission, even a small one, can make every day feel worth waking up for. Let's not forget this important truth. Adaptability beats rigidity. Those who live long tend to roll with the punches. They've endured losses, health scares, world events, but they didn't let change break them. Instead, they adapted, learned, and moved forward. Flexibility in mindset is as important as flexibility in body. If something isn't working, shift. If life throws a curveball, adjust your swing. This attitude leads to resilience, which is a common trait in the longest-lived people. The final lesson for today is this: gratitude changes everything. Most centenarians reflect on life not with bitterness, but with appreciation. Even if they lived through hard times, they focus on what they gained, what they learned, and what they still have. Daily gratitude, whether spoken, written, or silently felt, is a profound tool for mental and emotional health. At any age, but especially after 60, choosing to see the good trains your brain to find joy, even in small moments. Let's take a moment to recap the 10 life lessons from those who've lived 100 years or more. Worry less, stay curious, prioritize relationships, move daily, let go of grudges, eat simply, laugh often, find purpose, be adaptable, and practice gratitude. These aren't just pieces of advice. They're blueprints for a long, meaningful, and joy-filled life. Now it's your turn. Which of these lessons spoke to you the most? Are there any you've already been living, or ones you plan to start today? Let us know in the comments. If this video brought you value, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us reach more people with messages that matter. And remember, it's never too late to live a life filled with wisdom, kindness, and intention. Thank you for spending this time with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay grateful, and stay beautifully human.